Hello. So this is my mock bug out for fall 2012. So I'm out in one of the spots I like to go hunting, and just kind of gonna go from there. I'm not gonna do an overnight this time because, well, it's a little bit late. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so I've only got a couple hours of daylight left, so I'm going to do a little bit of a hike here, but I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so I'll give you a look around. We've had a bit of snow, obviously, so I'm going to head that way and see where I get, see what happens from there. I guess we had no snow at all, so it's, in places a foot deep already. Saw some pretty good wolf tracks when I was coming in. They tend to use these sort of things as highways because it's just way easier than going through the bush. Oh, this might be a quick stop to my trip. So, as I was saying with the I'm off my GoPro there. I'm not sure how well you guys can hear that, so I'm going to take this one too, but I've hiked probably only 500 meters up, but I've run into a bit of a problem already. You see him behind me there. I've never been down this part before. So there's a pretty good creek there. So I'm gonna go see if it's something I can cross, but just because of how cold it is, and I'm out here by myself, so I kind of don't want to do anything too titanically stupid. That whole death equals disqualification thing. I do have waterproof boots on, but this is a good 10 feet wide if you count the ice on both sides. So I'm gonna not do that. I'll save that for another day when I go up. It looks like it's only about a foot deep, but I want to be out here for a little bit, so I don't want to step on, get my feet wet. Like I said, I do have waterproof boots, but just not smart to risk it. I would hate to come all this way and have to turn around 20 minutes in. So I'm gonna hike back up and then sort of head off into the trees, and we'll go from there. This is one of the things that always pisses me off about out here. That's part of a car. One of the things that you see around Prince George a lot is people dump cars and fridges and all kinds of shit just wherever. So as I was saying, with the creek down there, probably 300 or 400 meters away now, but I was just saying that this would probably not be a bad place to hole up if I had to for the night. Source of water that's moving pretty good, so it should be pretty clean. I do have a filter with me if I need it. One of the problems I've had in the past is using a water filter in a temperature like this. It's tough to keep them from freezing up. So I might actually, if I had to, I've got several liters of water with me, but if I had to, I would probably risk just drinking straight out of the stream or boiling it. The filter is kind of, well, they don't work great in this temperature because they freeze up and you can bugger up your membranes and stuff, or actually if you get enough water in it and don't pump it out, you can actually crack the whole thing, and then you got a $80 piece of garbage. Quite a few dead standing trees here, so I don't know that I would want to really spend a night here if it was blowing pretty good. It's supposed to be nice and calm tonight. It's perfectly clear, so it's going to get chilly tonight, but you can see if I turn around here, in the background there. Like even just with a gentle breeze, those are moving pretty good. And that's a lot of dead stuff. We had problems here a couple of years ago with Rocky Mountain pine beetle, so they've eaten a lot of the killed a lot of the pine trees and spruce trees and stuff. So yeah, that, like I said earlier, it was maybe not the best choice to hang out here if I was going to spend the night. That being said, I don't see a lot of downed trees, and we've had a couple of pretty good storms move through, especially late August, early September. We had quite a few big thunderstorms, so I think it'll be okay if I had to. Like I said, I'm not planning on spending the night though. So here, this is one of the few wild edibles we have that kind of hangs out throughout the year. I would imagine these are probably frozen solid, but yeah, let's switch to the other camera here. So I was just saying that these are one of the few wild edibles we have. It's rose hips. So I'm not sure what you can see there or not. There you go. So these little red berries here. That is a wild rose hip. So you can eat them. They don't taste great, but you can also make a tea out of them. And well, it's that or dead. I guess it's that, right? So with those, you gotta crack them open. They got these little fibers inside, and you so you crack them open. There's all these little fibers inside that you got to get rid of because they'll irritate your stomach or your mouth. But the actual flesh on the outside, you can kind of mash it up and boil it into a tea. You make a rose hip tea out of it, or you can actually eat them. I've tried them a couple of times. My understanding is after they've frozen, they're a lot better. So I'll give them a try another time and let you know how good they are. So I'm going to continue on. I'm kind of running low on daylight here, so where's the sun? Yeah, over this way still. Yeah, so back there somewhere. Anyhow, I've only got an hour or so of sunlight left, so we'll keep going and see what happens from there. Alrighty, so sorry about that, my camera froze up. It is a little cold. It took me quite a long time to get a fire started. I didn't want to resort to using matches or lighter, so I was just using a fire steel. I did end up, because it just kind of grab everything quick, but definitely a good reminder that sometimes it's easier to get one going than not. I'll do a time lapse on my my GoPro there. It took me a while to get it going. this is sort of the spot where I'm sitting right now. So got a little fire going there, but there's sort of like a bunch of deadfall, just like tree roots and stuff. They all kind of bunched up. And a little spot there and a whole bunch here. So the wind is coming from that way. So if I did end up wanting to stay here, because there was quite a few dead trees around, there's tons of wood I could pull out for firewood and cut up with the saw and stuff. This is just sort of what I could gather by hand. I could string my tarp up here. It's got a reflective sheet in the back, so if I was going to end up spending the night, now that being said, I'm all of, like 100 meters from my truck, so from my Jeep. So I could just do that and hollow this area here out, clear it out, and throw some fir boughs down if I could find them. And I'd be quite comfortable here for the night anyway. A decent windbreak on either side, and keeping the fire small. There's not really any risk of setting the place on fire. But like, this is all very dry, dead stuff. A lot of it, like, there's a lot of dirt in it too, but because a lot of it's just kind of bulldozered up when they're done whatever they're logging. But I got a little fire going. It's getting dark here, so it's about 4:30, and the sun's pretty much set now, but I got a half an hour before it actually gets dark, so I'm gonna just end up taking off and go home and have some dinner with my wife and kids. Anyhow, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I guess we'll see you guys out next time. Thanks.